What's up, humans of the earth? I'm Billscheme, and today I tried to beat another Super Mario Bros. Wii without pressing left. 1-1 was quite simple, and all the star coins seemed possible. 1-2 is also quite simple, but the star coins were a little more confusing. Keep in mind that this is my second time ever playing this ROM hack, so I don't necessarily have all the star coin locations down yet. Then in 1-3 I got the normal exit because I forgot about the secret one, so I decided to play 1-tower. And towers are a great place to explain our movement options for how exactly we can get around in this challenge, since towers go up instead of to the right like other levels. There were no slopes to ground pound on in this tower. I had to use wall jumps to make it to the top, which surprisingly was a lot simpler than I was expecting. But since going to the tower was honestly a mistake, I looked up a guide to figure out where the secret exit was in 1-3. And even though I ended up taking a left press here, it would turn out to not end up mattering. Anyways, it took me a little while to position myself for the secret exit, but once I got it, I was home free. Unfortunately, I had to abandon Yoshi though, so that kind of sucked. 5-1 took a little while, but it was ultimately pretty simple. However, just like new Super Mario Bros. Wii, the piranha plant would be a major obstacle in my run. In fact, this piranha plant boss fight is somehow worse for this challenge than the one in new Super Mario Bros. Wii, because you actually can't wall jump off of these edges here, making it physically impossible. My first idea to try to get around this was to just play levels in World 1 until I made it to the World 3 canon, and then I could skip World 5 altogether. Oh my gosh, I survived the heckin' bluefish, bro, that's crazy. Ooh. Don't, oh my gosh. Cereal? Are you actually cereal right now? So my next idea to try to get around this was with a star. If you don't know, when you have a star on the world map, you can just plow through enemies and not have to fight them at all. However, the star house back at World 1 had been replaced with the purple toad house. Purple toad houses reward you with random items, and upon further inspection, it seems that they're the same every time. And since World 1's just so happens to be a propeller suit, I had to head to the red toad house in search for a star. The way toad houses work, I swear this is important for the video, is there are 6 randomized layouts that the game chooses every time you load in a toad house. Normally what I do is I look at all the layouts and then figure out which one it is halfway through, and then see if I can get the item that I required. However, since another is a ROM hack, I didn't think there was a website that would show me all the toad house layouts, so I decided to take on the challenge myself. Unfortunately, I had to reset my Wii quite a few times while doing this, but after all that, I had 3 of the 6 layouts mapped out, and only one of them had a star icon on it. However, the star was simply impossible to get without pressing left. So I ate some food and came back later with a new idea. I was just gonna get an ice flower, freeze the piranha plants in the arena, and then wall jump off of them. So I immediately went back to Toad House grinding, and after a little while, I found 2 new layouts, and the first one contained 2 stars in the half of the map that I could access, which was just enough to create a match and get me the item to get past the piranha plant. Because you can't move left, you can activate the 2 stars, but you can't actually end the game by getting 2 Bowsers after activating the 2 stars. But I didn't give up. There was still one more Toad House layout, and it could be the one where I could get a star into my inventory. Until I got an idea that had nothing to do with toad houses whatsoever. So you know these green blocks in the piranha plant arena? You can totally just wall jump off of them and get left momentum just like that. So I ended up wall jumping off of them and, well, you can't say I didn't try. But then it was at this moment I remembered the scene from my new Super Mario Bros. Wii video. And the piranha plant also let us pass, which means that you won't hear the section where I rant about the piranha plant until later. So I had a new plan. Since you can only unlock the ability to save after beating the final castle, every time I reset my Wii, I ended up losing my progress on 5-1, which means I had to replay it again every time I wanted to get to the piranha plant. So I decided to just keep playing 5-1 over and over again until the vines on the world map would give me a favorable path and the piranha plant wouldn't run into me. But this was no use. The vines moved the exact same way every single time I beat the level, until this one time where I accidentally died. The vines moved once when I died, and then they moved once again when I completed the level, and it actually gave me a path that opened up to 5-2. And even better yet, when I walked across, the piranha plant didn't even want to fight me. And just like that, I had outmatched the plant once again. 5-2 itself wasn't too bad, but only notable thing here is that I thought I got stranded here for a second, but then I realized I didn't. 5-tower is surprisingly pretty simple up until the checkpoint. Just after, you have some jumps that look a lot harder than they actually are, and then a section just ahead that doesn't have a wall you can wall jump off of. After a few attempts, I got the technique down and was able to pass this section as well. Then I encountered the next big issue. This section starts with a tricky jump and then leads straight into some Minecraft looking attic slopes that's basically a death trap for this challenge. But on the very next attempt, I figured out that you can actually wall jump from the wall just below that to get up to the section above. And if I hadn't gotten greedy and went for the power up, then I would have been in the boss door by now. But luckily I managed to do everything again and beat Iggy on the very next attempt. 5-4 was pretty simple, but I accidentally jumped over the checkpoint and got kinda scared. I wanted to see if the shortcut in 5-Ghost House was possible, but the vines insisted I played 5-5 instead. But I think this ended up being for the best, because after you beat World 5, the vines don't take effect, which means it'll be pretty easy to avoid the piranha plant in the future. 5-5 was just a pretty basic auto-scroller and wasn't too much more difficult with the challenge, and I sped straight off to the castle aiming to complete the world. The castle was possible, and I did this boss fight better than I normally do without this challenge. And just like like that, I had made it to World 6, but that wasn't my goal, so I went back to World 5. Now that the vines were gone, I looked up where the secret exit in the ghost house was, and I was very pleasantly surprised to hear that it was right at the start. And just like that, we were already at World 8. In 8-1, I died after getting the checkpoint, and where the game spawns you when you get the checkpoint is a really weird position, which caused me to die a lot of times. So many times, in fact, that I was worried about getting a continue, which would make it so I would have to replay the entirety of World 8 no matter where I ended up. Anyway, I ended up completing 8-1 with 5 lives, and 8-2, despite looking like a much harder level, didn't give me as much trouble. And, in fact, I remembered where the secret exit was. I figured it would be a left-facing pipe, but I thought I would check on my own. The secret exit is behind this area at the end, and in order to get the left momentum here, I had to ground pound off this rolling hill that was rolling in the other direction. This made it so that way I didn't have as much left momentum as I normally would sliding off a slope like this, which basically just means that I had to time my jumps even more strictly than usual. I soon noticed the pipe was facing downwards, meaning I could go in it, and soon after that I managed to get enough left momentum to do so. This took me to 8-7. I thought 8-7 would be really simple because it's a roller coaster stage, but I found it surprisingly difficult because when Mario jumps, the momentum of the roller coaster is carried within his jump. It's kind of hard to explain, so here's a clip of me thinking I missed the end of the level and was doomed forever. I'm supposed... And the airship was quite difficult, but honestly not as bad as it could have been. And of course we are so close to saving Peach and skipping the final level altogether, but this scene just has to happen. But as I learned in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, the game actually presses left here for you, meaning you don't have to. And just like that, we had already made it to the final level of the game. The final castle in this game is made up of 4 rooms, each of which unlocking a portion of this door to get to the final area. So logically, I started with door 1, which I realized in hindsight may have been the wrong move. See, for every door you unlock, it gets rid of one of these keyhole thingies, and it just so happens that that's the exact thing I need to wall jump off of to get to the future doors. So for that reason, I decided to save door number 2 for last and do door number 3 and 4 before that. Door number 3 contains a lot of ice physics, but I played it pretty safely, so I managed to get through it. In door number 4, I lost my power-up while going for another power-up, and I ended up starting the room off small when I could have had a mushroom. That made the whole thing a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and to top it all off, I ended up jumping over the key instinctively, so I had to figure out a way to go backwards and get it. That whole ordeal was kind of awkward, but I don't think Bowser has security cameras spying on my every move. And just like that, we have door number 2. In this door, I used ground pounding to cancel my momentum a lot because there's these very thin platforms you need to land on between moving spike balls. But as long as you're careful, this door is very much possible. And just like that, we made it to the final room. But here's the catch. The final door is to the left of where you spawn. And just like that, guys, that's the end of the... I'm kidding. We can make it to the door. The stereotypical Bowser fight is just as stereotypical and possible as always. However, Big Boy Bowser was a little bit more challenging this time around.
The final one you will... There.
This mushroom, it's gonna go backwards, dude. What a scam! Okay, that sucks. The one time I get a power up, it's just inaccessible, is it? Or is it? They changed it to a fire flower. Please, just throw it. Give me some space here, dude. Whoa! In perfect position. Nice. I didn't see that Goomba. Oh no, the leg! Okay, we gotta deal with this situation. It's I-nails in here. We can make it through. Oh my. Past you immediately. That's the switch. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh my gosh, that was so much more stressful than it needed to be. Oh my goodness, we did it! But why is there still a significant portion of the video left? Well, that's because of a Mario maniac who doesn't go outside and has way too much time on his hands. That's right, we're gonna try to get all the star coins in a world so we can play a level in World 9. World 1 isn't possible because of this left-facing pipe in 1-4. And speaking of 1-4, it's not even possible to get past. Which means that Worlds 2, 3, and 4 are off the charts as well. Or are they? Looking at the way this area is set up in 1-4, I feel like you could probably get in that pipe using a penguin suit. The only issue is that penguin suits are only available in levels in Worlds 3 and 4. And through all the levels I had played so far, that seemed to also be the trend for another. But in the original game, although penguin suits aren't available in levels after World 4, they're still available in toad houses. However, the only red toad house that both contains penguin suits and doesn't require a left press to either get to or come back from is this one that branches off of 7-1. And getting there requires that we complete all of World 6 and the first stage of World 7. 6-1 was what... Well, I have a new goal now. If I can get out of 6-1 with this penguin suit, then I might be able to get past 1-4 and the rest of World 1. Only issue is, 6-1 is a very difficult level to play without taking damage. And that's why this alone would take me nearly half an hour. We just cannot die. We cannot die. No, can't go! I meant to jump! No! We tap it and we jump. Okay, now it's time to practice what I learned. By using none of it. Oh. There, but you know what we can do? We can hop on this. Game changer! The more you know. No. Okay, I might have been wrong. About that whole they won't be as bad thing. Alright, let's just wait for everything to dissipate. We can focus on only what matters, which are, in this case, the piranha plants. Okay, the end is right there. Do not mess this up. Big, that's big, that's huge, that's good. That may not have been the best choice of words. We are gaming. Mario moves forward on his own. See, I'm not touching anything. Oh, no. Alright. Oh, I avoided it. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Wait, what? You can go down here? Oh, free third coin? Yo. Oh my gosh, I almost just got soft locked there. Dude! Now on to 1-5 because Goomba. I died a few times, but it was certainly possible. Castle took a bit because I got soft locked, but opted to wait for the time to run out for whatever reason. Now on to World 2. 2-2 took a few tries, but I wasn't able to get any of the star coins. And since that was my goal this time around, I decided to dedicate time to doing that in the moment. To get the first star coin, I couldn't use the barrels here, so I had to get a Koopa shell and then throw it down this area to get the coin. Also, this level gives you a Yoshi, which is nice. The second coin is in this pipe, but I accidentally went past it. Since you can't wall jump with Yoshi, I had to leave him here and then try to come back to this area using wall jumps. And since getting on Yoshi cancels all your momentum, I couldn't take him into the pipe with me. Anyways, the boomerang bro up there jumps down to my level. Then I end up accidentally getting back on Yoshi with my goal being to eat a boomerang and then spit it back at him to get rid of the boomerang bro. I ended up losing Yoshi and then had to do that same maneuver again, and I ended up managing to get Yoshi back, which was insane. And just like that, I got the, there's no star coin here. So it turns out all that was for nothing. Anyway, I looked up a guide and don't tell me there's actually, I was about to say, bro, there was actually a coin in there all along. Okay, can you guys go a little faster? Like, please, bro. Still first coin, still first coin, still first coin. Whoa. What is this, coin 2, I'm assuming? So they finally end up showing me where the star coin actually is, and after a lot of attempts to get there, I finally get the that's the third star coin? Wait, what? Yeah, so apparently the people in the guide were just as clueless as I was, and they were just aimlessly looking around to find the second coin. Anyways, they eventually found that it was up here, and once again, this would take me forever to do. But after a lot of attempts, this happened, and I managed to get the coin. On to 2-3, which was possible, but the first coin requires you go through a left-facing pipe. Well, don't need to go for coins anymore. The last section of 2-Tower took me a while, but ultimately the level wasn't too bad. 2-4 and 2-5 just kind of exist. And onto 2-Cast, treasure chest. Unlike the piranha plant, this arena actually requires that you commit mass murder towards bugs, which I was able to do, which is really good. Now onto 2-Castle, treasure chest. The bugs mass murdered me this time. Onto 2-Castle, and just gonna blink real quick. Oh hey, that's World 3. And I jumped into 3-1 feeling optimistic that maybe this could be the world that I could complete. Yeah, scratch that. Although this looks bad, I thought I could get through here with a mini mushroom, so once I find one of those, I'll try this again and see if I can get the star coin. But until then, we have to make sure the rest of the world is possible. On to 3-2, where I gave up on getting the star coins, and onto the Ice Bro, where I almost ran out of time after defeating them. 3-Tower has a section here where it's very difficult to wall jump off of this moving platform, so I got a propeller to bypass it and eventually made it to this section. This just seems like a normal part of the tower, right? Wrong! Well, partially right. See this pipe here that's likely very lonely due to the military grade cannons obscuring its entrance? Well, it turns out it's facing left. And after a little looky at a star coin guide, I found a star coin that is impossible to get to. Off to 3-4 in pursuit of the switch. Castle, what a pleasant surprise. And on to World 4. Will this world be possible? Well, World 4 turns out to have some of the hardest star coins I've seen yet. And I don't just mean in this game, I mean potentially in the entire series. In 4-1, I managed to get the first star coin before leaving. Then I skipped to 4-3 and ended up getting neither. Because these star coins looked so difficult that I really just wanted to make sure that the world was possible before really going for any of them. And just when it couldn't get any worse. Oh no. Oh no. No, not this, dude. Oh no. This is when I decided to flip my entire plan on its head. You see, I really wanted to make sure I could get all the star coins here because this level just looked so difficult that I really wanted to make sure that all the star coins were possible before trying to complete it. If I were to actually go over my attempts to get these star coins, this video would actually be just way too long. So I'm just gonna describe what I had to do to get the star coins that I got. You get a mini mushroom at the checkpoint, so I figured I could just wall jump off this pipe to get all the left momentum to go back to the start to go into this mini pipe and get the star coin. However, I would eventually forfeit in exchange for ending the stage, losing my checkpoint, and then restarting it with the mini mushroom and going there from the start. Third star coin just requires a simple mini mushroom hop off of the water, but this is surprisingly difficult without pressing left. The second star coin is just above this rock formation, and although this looks simple, this is what the area looks like before all the enemies move to easier to get past position. That was 21 minutes. On to 4-1. I already got the first star coin with the penguin slide, so I only had to worry about the second and third. The second requires you to freeze these urchins at the right time and then use this final one to get into the pipe. From there, the star coin absolutely requires a penguin suit because although the star coin is to your left, for whatever reason the pipe decides to spit you out facing to the left, and since the penguin suit automatically swims in the direction it's facing, it allows you to get the star coin. Star coin 3 I'm nicknaming the double death stupid piece of garbage because there are two parts to this star coin and both of them are very painful. First part requires you to do a not so agonizingly painful jump off of this urchin and to get in this pipe. From there you press a switch and then you go into another pipe by taking this spring across this area of water and then going into it. This star coin on its own wouldn't be too bad if the first part was not before the checkpoint and the second part being after, meaning you have to play the entire level in one go in order to get the star coin. And trust me, I tried going backwards from the checkpoint. There goes another 16 minutes of my life. And now on to 4-2. Is that the song exclusive to another Super Mario Bros. Wii? Yes it is, baby! And that makes this extremely painful experience just slightly better. I pretty quickly figured out that the first star coin requires a penguin suit due to the distance you have to move left in the water after getting it. And of course, penguin suits are not supplied in this level, so we have to get them from elsewhere. And then I later figured out that the second and third star coins require a propeller suit, which also is not supplied in the level. This situation reminds me a lot of my home country Canada, where we import everything. But the difference here is there's a big fish that tries to prevent us from getting goods from point A to point B. The fish arena is completely impossible no matter what, and it seems like it's just random chance whether you get past the fish or not, and the odds appear to be heavily stacked against you. But I didn't know this at the time, so I spent 9 minutes trying to get myself a penguin suit from 3-1, then I proceeded to walk past the fish for the only time on this entire journey. Anyway, I ended up failing to get the star coin, and I couldn't exit the stage and get my penguin suit back because I hadn't beaten the level yet. At the time, I didn't think that was a big deal, but then I learned about the fish. But since I had beaten the level and learned from my mistakes, I decided to brute force the fish once again. I did this for a little while until I realized that the propeller star coin could actually be grabbed with a mini mushroom. This is a significant gain because mini mushrooms are found in 4-3, which does not require you to go past the fish in order to go between the levels. After another long while, I would finally end up getting the mini mushroom to the area I needed it, and realized that the mini mushroom cannot actually activate these donut block platforms that are meant to fall and then guide you to the star coin. So I continued grinding for the third star coin, but it was no use. So I had a new idea. I was gonna try to use a star to get past the fish. I checked the Toad House layouts I found in World 1 already and found that there was no possible combinations for a star, so I loaded up my 100% save file and looked through every single purple Toad House in the game to see if any had a star. After my search had concluded, I ended up finding 3. One is in the purple Toad House that you unlock after beating 7-6, 6-6, but it requires a world map left press to get back from, but crucially, the third location was unlocked after getting the secret exit in 3-5. And even better yet, it didn't require a left press to get to or back from. So I switched directions and set out for World 3 in hopes that getting to the Toad House would be possible. After looking at a guide, I learned that 3-4 secret exit is here, which is entirely possible, and that 3-5 secret exit was up this pipe, something that requires that we get the normal exit first. However, there was a slight problem. 3-5 takes place on one of these spinning mushroom platforms, and although most of the time it's spinning in a direction where it's possible to get past, every now and then the direction switches, causing you to have to do stuff like this in order to get past. Luckily for me though, I managed to get the normal exit second try. However, speaking of tries, we were very close to running out. And to continue resets your progress to your last save point. And since we had already beaten the final level, you can save your progress wherever you want, which means that it wouldn't have any effect on losing progress. But another attribute to continue has that cannot be undone using saves is that you lose all your items in your inventory. This isn't as bad as it sounds because the Toad Houses also come back up so you can use them again, but by this point I had racked up 3 propeller suits and a few other items from various challenging enemy encounters. So I was going to try my very best not to lose them. But then I found a strategy that would help mitigate both the difficulty of the level and the amount of lives I lose. All I had to do was go to 1-5, get a propeller, and then hopefully at the top of the flagpole so I could get a life on my way out, and then use it in this section of 3-5 to skip the section where the platform moves backwards. And then since I already beat the level, all I have to do is hit the checkpoint, then I can use the exit feature to never have to play the first part again. But only one question remains. Why the heck did I jump over the checkpoint? Luckily I managed to get back here again, and this time not jump over the the checkpoint. Now all we gotta do is get the fire flower and then make our way through this pipe. And then this isn't the secret exit. Turns out I had to do some backwards climbing on this Super Saiyan mushroom. And the worst part is I can't even bring a propeller suit in here because to get in the pipe you need a fire flower. First time I fell off, I waited for the timer to run out just to see if the mushroom would come back. It didn't. And I know this looks bad, but I can use the exit feature here to get my items back and not lose a life. So it was just a matter of time before I made it to the end of the area, got the secret exit, and most importantly, the star that I was going for. And during all that, I didn't really know what I even wanted to use the star for. I thought it over for a little bit, and I was thinking that 4-2 is actually probably harder than the tower would be. So I'll use this star to destroy the fish later, and right now I'll go for another star in a star house in either world 6 or 7, which is gonna end up working out because I need to test if these worlds are 100%able anyway. But we will come back to world 4 eventually. On to world 6. 6-3 looked difficult, so I went to 6-2, and it was possible. Then I went on to do 6-4, which was also possible, but wait a second, we're trying to get the star coins. And 6-4's second star coin looks to be the toughest of them all, so I decided to go for it first. The star coin requires you go in this indent to the left to hit a switch to make some blocks appear so you can get through another pipe to get the star coin. This looks way too high up, but I combine the powers of a spring jumping off a Yoshi and a propeller suit in order to get into the area. The thing that makes this difficult is if you face right after doing the wall jump, you lose all your momentum when you go to use your propeller. So to ensure I didn't press right, I had to wall jump at the top of the area so I'd be sent straight down and then propeller at the perfect time. But guess who forgot the tower exists? This tower utilizes conveyor belts in some very interesting ways that make not pressing left here extremely difficult. The first time I attempted it, I got the propeller to here, which is just before the checkpoint, but I got stuck. On the next attempt that I got back there, I somehow managed to do this to get to the checkpoint, and this section is very impossible. But I didn't lose hope, so I tried to eat without using a mushroom, and while I'm on my way back there, I forgot to tell you that I got the first and third star coin in 6-2. And hey, getting past this was small work, but the issue now is that I can't get enough left momentum to get up here. Then I decided to abandon my checkpoint and go for a mini mushroom in 6-4. But this is the closest I ever made it to completing the level. And it was at this moment I realized that the third star coin probably isn't possible because the amount you have to move left after getting it. Not to mention wall jump angles with Mini Mario are just not gonna let you get left momentum there in the first place. Anyway, I went back to the tower and realized how lucky I was to get the checkpoint with the propeller. Then I remembered the entire purpose of why I was doing this. Since I couldn't 100% World 6, the only reason I was here was to get a star from an upcoming star house so I could do 4-Tower. But I had never even gotten past the first room of 4-Tower. And since I had one star, I could get past the fish, but if I needed a second one for the tower, I'd just have to go back to World 6's tower. So I entered the tower and, oh hey, there's no spike there. Just kidding! The spike wall was very much there, and I was very much dead. But with each death and reset of the Wii, I got just slightly farther into the level. And eventually, I saw the checkpoint. I was slowly but surely making progress. Oh, that's a checkpoint. Hold up, this could be good. I would actually like to hit the checkpoint, but at the same time, there we go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's definite. Oh. Did you see that video? That was so cool. And we're dead. But you know what? You know what? That's okay. That's okay. We know we can get to the checkpoint. Then we can just activate the propeller and maybe get through the rest of the level. For me, by the way. Okay. Get the checkpoint. Then we activate the propeller. Get up there, yeah. It's just a fire flower. No, that's not even a fire flower. Wow. No, we can't get up to that level. But the wall disappears. Oh my goodness. Nope, up there is up. That's a trap. I remember. Oh, that means there's spikes there, bro. That is just. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, that was kind of cracked. Real talk? Oh my goodness. Okay, no, that's not great. This better not be the end of me. Okay, let's do this. No, let's not do that. Actually, no. I can't exit. Alright. We got 3 more. Oh, you can't get up there. Not quite. Oh, I missed the jump. I missed. Oh, I couldn't make it up there. That does put us in the toaster. I could have reset, actually. Can I just I don't want to look at this stupid screen. Heck in. Is this good? I think we're surprisingly easy to do. We just get it. Let's investigate that pipe. Looks interesting enough. Okay. Never mind. That was a funny joke. Nah. Well, maybe. Come swoop back down, get the fire flower. And then we're just gonna win, basically. We made it up there without... Hold on. You can do that? This. Yes! That actually changes the entire game plan, really. Okay. Well, it's fine. We gotta take damage here anyway, so we gotta take damage one more time. We can, in theory. Okay, that's stupid. That's dumb. We just ground pound first. Cancel the left momentum. And then we get up. Okay. Please! Oh, it does. It doesn't stop. We go up again. Okay, well, we did it. Up here. Let's see you do. It's just the part after the first part, which I guess you could call the second part if you're a nerd. That does. We can do that. Don't. Oh. What does this mean? This is the boss door! I might actually get a mushroom. I want to see what's up there, though. Maybe it's the secret exit. I don't even want to begin to think if all the star coins are possible. Oh, yes! Yeah! That is. But when I eventually began thinking about if all the star coins are possible, I came across this. Unfortunately, one of the star coins is obtained by going through a left-facing pipe. But I wasn't too mad because 4- Tower was a fun one to conquer. But that had left only one option. Tower from another Super Mario Bros. Wii is a stage that is not infamous in any way, until now. It features many tricky sections, a non-existent leaderboard, and conveyor belts. Lots and lots of conveyor belts. The first attempts to beat the stage started earlier in this video. If you don't remember, then you were either sleeping or have short-term memory loss. Upon Broskim's return to the stage, he would pick back up and continue to develop key strategies still used to this very day. Starting with a trick he discovered called Getting Good. The trick requires jumping on this conveyor belt repeatedly to keep your left momentum, then wall jumping off the side of another conveyor belt and leaving the area. The first time he did this, he had 9 seconds on the clock, and as a result, died 9 seconds later. This showed him that time was the enemy, and the only way forward was a speedrun. Starting at the checkpoint, Brisk had 400 seconds to make his way to the end of the tower. But even just one attempt later, he had made substantial progress and sped up immensely. He entered the first problematic conveyor belt section at 367 on the clock, and left for Getting Good at 340. Getting Good would take him over 100 seconds, but by the time he got to the place where he died before, he had 213 on the clock. Plenty of time to complete the rest of the level, right? After that, he found a section with small conveyor belts, which proved to be quite challenging. And a little later, he found this pipe, and he was out of the level. Wait a second, that's just the third star coin. But wait, that's the end of the level. And he made it there in time. Does that mean I can stop the Summoning Salt ripoff? But just because I succeeded at the speedrunning doesn't necessarily mean I succeeded in beating the boss. These fireballs plus these skewers were a recipe for disaster, and it was definitely the toughest tower boss yet. On the next attempt, I entered the boss fight with 50 seconds on the clock. This stressed me out, and I died immediately. But I learned how to more effectively avoid the fireballs on this attempt. On the next attempt, I managed to get into the boss with over twice as much time left, and using the information I learned, I made it to the final hit before I died. But on my next attempt, I found something huge. Turns out this final room is hiding a secret power-up. And with the power-up and the skills I had accumulated, I beat the boss that attempt. And even though I only had 1 life left, I thought I would dip my toes into the waters of 6-5. Oh. But it's fine because I used all my propellers on 4- Tower. But oh my gosh, it's 2 weeks later now and I completely forgot everything, including the fact that continue didn't save. So with my 1 life, I decided to get a propeller suit from 1- Tower and not 1-5 because the Goomba was in the way. Never mind, it doesn't matter, I still got the continue. Anyways, this video is already pretty long and this part doesn't particularly matter, so here's a TLDR of what happened. I beat 6-5, went to 6-6, ugh, that smells bad, and then went back to 6-5 to get the secret exit. Then on 6- Tower, wait, why am I outside? Cue epic vertical section montage. Then here's every death in 6- Air airship and the boss fight. Oh my gosh, we're on World 7, and I learned how to properly get star coins in the right order so I don't waste a bunch of time. Here's everything that happened in 7-1 explained only using Vine Boom. And then here's me figuring out that 7-2 isn't possible.
This is so obviously something. Okay, he's going for this. I don't know what in the world it is. Okay. So he go all the way. I don't think it's possible to get through that section without pressing left. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. Oh wait. That section is clearly impossible. Like there's no walls there. You see on the right, there's clearly no walls there.
And just like that, we're on to World 8. I decided to get the normal exit in 8-2 and then move on to 8-3 only to remember that I was supposed to get the star coins in 8-2, so then I looked up a guide, and this is what I found.
Kids need sports.
No, they don't. I've been a kid my whole life, and I don't need sports. Okay, what was the first star coin, though, man? How did you get that first star coin? Let's see. What does he do? What does he do? Up there, he jumped? He just waiting? Nah, he's just getting rich. Freaking Fiverr get rich quick scams. Oh, is it up that pipe? Oh, that is. Don't tell me that's a star coin. Loser. Okay, no, that is not possible. That is not. That's it. That's it.
And although kind of anticlimactic, that is the resolution of this video. However, one quick thing before I go is if you hate my upload schedule almost as much as I do, then you should go check out the Dumpster Fire, where I upload random full recordings and clips to cure your boredom. So go check that out if you're interested in content that you didn't ask for. Also, sorry about the long wait on this video. Procrastination goes crazy.